I'm at Hook Norton Brewery in the Cotswolds. So I've booked myself on their £25 brewery tour, which culminates in a beer tasting session, which I'm really looking forward to. This isn't your standard factory. It's a 5-storey Victorian brewery that still brews beer using the power of gravity and shire horses to deliver the ale to local pubs. So is this the best brewery tour in the country? Come with me, let's find out. So obviously before I head on to the tour, I need to make sure I've got the proper level of sustenance inside me. So I've come to the Malt House kitchen at the brewery to have a delicious steak and ale pie, which should keep me going up the arduous 100-step climb up the tower and also give me a bit of a lining in the stomach before the beer tasting afterwards. So, looking forward to digging into this. Hive is acquired, now ready to go on the tour. Right, so the question you're all asking is, what was the tour actually like? Well, it starts off in the museum, which is upstairs from the shop, and it's a real time capsule with over 170 years of brewing history, vintage gear, and enough old school charm to make a time traveller jealous. Then we went outside to look at the main building, which is an absolute beauty. A classic Victorian tower brewery sticking out of the countryside like a proud brick-built monolith. They definitely don't build them like this anymore. In fact, there's only 2 still in existence, this one and the one at the Harvey's Brewery. Next we wandered over to the stables, where you usually find the famous hooky shire horses. Today, there wasn't a horse in sight. Absolute ghost town. We reckon they've probably booked a week off in the sun, or maybe they just fancied a lion. Anyway, moving on, let's get inside the belly of the beast, the old Victorian Tower Brewery. This is where the magic happens. It's all gravity fed. Ingredients go up to the top and all the good stuff trickles all the way down. It's noisy, it's brilliant, and at times it smells absolutely fantastic. But let's be honest, for some people, the highlight comes right at the end. Down in the cellar, we go for the grand finale, the tasting session. Fresh, proper, thirds of a pint, poured straight from the source. Well, I've just finished the brewery tour and the tasting session that comes at the end. And I have to say it was more than worth the £25 that it cost. Our guide was Steve. He had an encyclopedic knowledge of both Hook Norton, the brewing industry and the process of making beer. There were quite a lot of stairs, although I wouldn't say it was too taxing. It may surprise you to know that I'm not in the peak of physical fitness, but even I managed it without breaking a sweat. They are quite steep though, so bear that in mind. It's not accessible. There's no lift. It's a very old Victorian building, so you wouldn't expect there to be a lift, and it wouldn't be practical to put one in. Also, it's not really suitable for young children, but if you have a passing interest in the brewing industry, beer, or just local history, then it is well worth coming and taking a look. And you never know, if you come on certain days, you might see one of my friends here pulling one of the old carts with beer, because they still do the traditional deliveries with the shire horses on the back, with the beer on the back of carts to local pubs. So that's a bit of an event in itself. The restaurant is very popular even today, middle of the week. Just to prepare myself mainly for the beer tasting, I treated myself to a nice steak and ale pie that was delicious. I had a cappuccino because I wanted to save myself for the beers later. There's also a shop where you'll find lots of products. There's quite a selection of Hook Norton merch, if that's of interest. I've highlighted a few ideas for my family for presents which they might want to consider. And there's also beer. Lots of beer. A huge amount of beer. So why not treat yourself while you're here? But yes, it is definitely worth the £25 to go on the brewery tour, and I would heartily recommend it. So from my friend and I, we're signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video, won't we? What do you mean no? Oh, God, do you know, never work with children and animals, they say. Well, that proves it.